Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Mr. President, last year you stood on this podium claiming that you had seen a contract between your son and Bosasa. Today, not many minutes ago, you have written to the leader of the official opposition, basically refusing to release that contract. And these are your words: the presidency cannot provide the information to which you require. These are not the actions of someone who has nothing to hide. So it has become very clear, Mr. President, that either between you, your son, or Bosasa, someone's got something to hide. If you really have nothing to hide, come back to this podium tomorrow, speak honestly about the contract with Bosasa, then we can take your words. Mr. President, if you ever needed any justification to fire the Minister of Women in the presidency, just read her speech today. It embodies incompetence, incoherence, and confusion. This is the same minister who was found by the Constitutional Court to not only have lied, but to be incompetent. So it goes without saying that the state of the nation should be a brutally honest reflection of the state of our country. Yours was a wishful reflection of the nation that many people don't live in. It did nothing to give hope to many poor South Africans that their lives will get better. You implored us, Mr. President, to watch the space in your attempted serenade to help us believe your dreams. But how much longer must Christina Maluleke from Mandela Park in Mujajiskloof, closer to where Honorable Mboweni lives, to watch the space, to continue competing with livestock for water? How much longer must Thulasizwe Mwango from Sholo's informal settlements in Mbombela watch the space to have his home electrified? How much longer must Langelani Mabunda from Ninginisi village in Kiani watch the space to have a clinic in her area? All these realities, Mr. President, reflect the daily battle for survival for many poor black South Africans. They don't have the patience to wait. They've been watching the space while you are destroying this government. Mr. President. Now is the time for action. Our constitution reminds us daily that South Africa belongs to all who live it. Where we govern, we are working to make sure that South Africa does indeed work for all who live in it. We want a South Africa where every village has access to clean water that you take for granted. We want a South Africa where every family has access to a toilet in their household. We want a South Africa where the government is obsessed with speeding up basic service delivery, not speeding up how many kickbacks it can get. Each and every single day, DA governments are giving true meaning to freedom to residents who have suffered the indignity of waiting for long periods for basic services. This is evidenced by the fact that 14 out of the 20 municipalities who have the highest number of households with access to sanitation are here in the Western Cape. Our cross-subsidization of basic services to right the wrongs of the past restore dignity to poor communities. And the proof is in the statistics. Western Cape has the highest number of households benefiting from free basic water. And all the communities in the Western Cape where DA municipalities are in charge have 97% access to electricity and 99% access to pipe water. The Minister of Health had a lot to say about the National Health Insurance Fund. The truth of the matter is that the NHI is not the solution for our crumbling public health system. It is just another attempt of nationalizing the healthcare system. But where we are governing, we are dedicating billions into improving the health infrastructure. We have spent over 3.8 billion building world-class health facilities in Khayelitsha and Mitchell's Plain. We have upgraded 10 emergency centers to allow our hospitals to provide emergency services as quickly as possible. We have built over 14 primary health care centers to enable residents of the Western Cape to access basic health services in the areas that are closest to where they live. And what all these interventions do is to ensure that the province has the highest percentage of households living at least 30 minutes within the nearest health facility in their own area. And it also means that we provide the primary health care that people need, and in fact, help make people in the Western Cape live longer, because here the public health system is functional, not in the Eastern Cape, not in Mpumalanga, not in Limpopo. The Minister of Basic Education came here to tell us about the work of the ANC government. Is that it is actually the work of the ANC that killed people in Marikana. It is the work of the ANC that killed people in Life Esidimeni. It is the work of the ANC that brought us Bosasa. And it is the work of the ANC that is bringing out power blackouts. So fellow South Africans, every election cycle, the ANC will plead for more time in government. But what they need is not more time in government. They have done the damage already. They need more time in opposition. And Mr. President, how can you honestly lead an honest government when you are in an arena full of crooks, full of incompetent ministers, full of failures who have been nothing but embodiment of failure in government? So there is no doubt that as we go closer to May the 8th, we will see more ribbons being cut. You will see more PR stunts of the elderly being pushed around to open houses that would have been given to them long ago. And of course, South Africans will get food parcels. The difference is that they will be smaller than the ones Honorable Mukonyane got from Agrizi. But the people of South Africa should ask the ANC, where have you been for the last 25 years when their communities went without basic water? Where have you been when all these communities went for 25 years without electricity? Where have you been for the past 25 years when all these South Africans went to bed hungry? So now is not the time to be fooled by the trickery and the prose that beset the State of the Nation address. Now is the time to vote for change. Now is the time to vote for a government that understands the agency of delivering basic services. Now is the time to vote for a government that gets stuff done the right way, on time, and within budget. Not a government that protects its own corrupt ones, not a government that pays lip service to the suffering of black people. I thank you.